It is so easy to punish the fried liver attack as black. Here, white goes 3, bishop c4, black goes knight to f6, the 2 nice defense, and then white goes 4, knight g5, the dreaded fried liver attack. But little does white know, we have a deadly trap coming up. Here, white, of course, pressures f7, but we ignore it and go 4, bishop c5. This is our idea. If white takes on f7, knight takes f7, then we play the deadly move, bishop takes f2, hitting the king on the e1 square. What is the idea? When white takes on f2, king takes, we jump in with our knight. Knight takes e4, hitting the king with check and setting up ideas like queen to f6 and queen to h4, hitting the king on the f2 square. Now, white is going to go king to g1, running his king to safety, but we go queen to h4, threatening checkmate in one move on f2 and ignoring the rook on the h8 square. Now, white is going to want to go g3, trying to defend, but we sacrifice our knight on g3. Knight takes g3, a brilliant move. What is the idea? If white takes, we take with the queen. Now, if white goes king to f1, getting his king out of the check of the queen, then we go rook to f8, pinning the knight on f7 to the king on the f1 square, and the attack continues. Now, white goes knight c3, but here we go for the move d5, a key pawn sacrifice, opening up the attack of the light squared bishop on h3. For example, bishop takes, bishop h3, hits the king with check, and here white must give up his rook to withstand the attack. So, rook takes, queen takes, the king is once again under check. The king moves, and again, we check the king. Now white goes bishop g2, trying to defend, but here, with the knight undefended, we just take on f7, and the attack continues. Now here, if white goes d3, that is a massive mistake. We fly in with the knight, and the attack continues. Knight e4 hits the queen, but we ignore the attack and go knight f3 and hit the king in return. Now, after queen takes f3, we play the unbelievable idea, queen to e1, getting out of the attack and maintaining the attack on the queen with the rook. The king goes to h2, we take the queen, black takes the rook, and then long castles, bringing the last piece into the attack. White goes king g2, trying to defend, but then our g-pawns and h-pawns also enter the attack. g5, b4, h5, we are not slowing down one bit. If white takes on h5, we go queen to h4, attacking the bishop. If bishop takes, then we go rook to g8, pinning the bishop to the king on the g2 square. Now if rook h1, we play rook takes g5, sacrificing the rook. Gotham Chess has entered the chat. The knight takes, the queen takes, we hit the king once again, and if king to f3, then queen to f4 hits the king, and we are winning. And that is why